the frozen nights of Nazi-occupied Europe, behind barbed wire and watchtowers, a group of Allied airmen planned something so bold it sounded impossible. Not just one man escaping, dozens, maybe hundreds, a mass breakout right under the Guards' noses. They didn't have weapons, they didn't have freedom. What they had was time, patience, and a plan carved out of sand. This is the true World War II story of the Great Escape. The camp was called Stalag Luft III, built to hold captured Allied airmen and stop escape attempts. The huts sat on sandy soil to make digging harder. Patrols listened for tunneling, and searchlights swept the ground every night. The camp was meant to feel escape-proof. But for the men inside, escape wasn't only about getting out. It was resistance, proof that the wire didn't win. Inside the camp, the prisoners created a secret organization. Some became forgers, making identity papers by hand. Some became tailors, turning blankets into clothes that could pass as civilian. Some studied guard routines, and others became diggers, men who vanished under floorboards and returned covered in sand, trying not to make a sound. Their goal was to force the enemy to waste time and manpower hunting them instead of fighting at the front. The plan grew into something enormous. 3 tunnels, each with a code name: Tom, Dick, and Harry. If one was discovered, another might survive. But tunneling wasn't just digging, it was engineering in secret. They built ventilation systems, reinforced walls with stolen wood, and created tiny carts to move sand through the tunnel. Then came the hardest problem of all: where to hide the sand. They could only remove it slowly, sprinkling it into gardens, under floors, and in small drops that wouldn't be noticed. Every day risked discovery: a surprise inspection, a guard noticing a draft, a cough at the wrong time. Any mistake could end everything. Still, they kept going, because the plan wasn't built on hope, it was built on determination. In March 1944, only one tunnel remained usable: Harry. On a cold, dark night, the escape began. Men lined up in silence with forged documents and simple disguises. One by one, they crawled into the tunnel entrance hidden inside a hut. Underground, the tunnel was tight and terrifying. The air felt thin, the lamps were dim, and every sound seemed loud enough to reach the surface. Then they discovered a problem. The tunnel exit fell short of the forest. Instead of emerging among trees, they were closer to open ground than expected. Each man had to cross a more dangerous stretch in the darkness, but there was no turning back. The first man climbed out, then the next, and the escape continued for hours. By morning, 76 men had made it out. Then the escape was discovered. Guards flooded the area, and the hunt began. Outside the camp, the escapees faced the reality that the entire region was controlled by the enemy. Some tried trains, some traveled on foot, some aimed for neutral borders, but roadblocks appeared, papers were checked, and the net tightened. Most were recaptured, and then, in a brutal retaliation, 50 of the recaptured men were executed. It shocked the world and became one of the darkest parts of the story. So, was it a failure? If you count only how many reached safety, the number was small, but the impact was huge. The escape forced the enemy to divert massive resources into the hunt, and it became a symbol of teamwork, planning, and human will. The Great Escape wasn't just a tunnel story, it was a story of refusing to surrender, mentally, even when trapped behind wire.